there's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
I'm Sarah Richardson. This is Maury. This is Paula. This is Maury and Paula's not quite finished family room in their new home. And this is what Maury and Paula's fabulous family room looks like now, thanks to lots of help from Design Inc. Another client, another dream house, and lots of mud. That is gross. After 2 years of construction, hello, Maury and Paula's dream house is just about ready.
Hi, Sarah.
And this is going to be the
Family room.
Okay. And how do you want to use it?
To eat every day,
Okay.
watch television.
Okay.
There's going to be a big plasma television there.
We'd like some input on how to finish the fireplace,
Okay.
Where to position the furniture.
When you say it's an eat-in area, is it, you want this half to be like a little casual dining room and this half is a bit of lounging, or what are you looking for?
We're not structured.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be really symmetrical.
We would like you to structure us.
Structure. Okay. You got some ideas though?
No.
I like working with open-minded clients, but I'm gonna need a bit more to go on here. What about style? I mean, you're in a traditional neighborhood, the exterior of the house is pretty traditional. Is this a traditional, like, kind of historic?
We
way?
haven't told the neighbors we're not traditional.
Okay. Is the furniture contemporary in here?
I think it's quite broadening. There's some antiques, there's some contemporary, there's some wood, there's some glass, there's some steel.
Okay.
Runs the full gamut.
We're gonna do it all. We're gonna put it in the blender, and we're gonna hope it looks good. Okay. Lighter colors, darker colors. Is this wall color?
I think it's a primer toward a wall color, but we're not
Okay.
really married to anything.
You're supposed to say somebody else chose it. We hate it.
This is some designer's idea of a wall color.
Can you tell Paula's not a big fan of beige?
My preference is that we don't divide the room in two, that we don't have the eating here and the seating there.
Sort of more like the way, like when you go to a really great hotel, like in the lobby, you can sit, you can lounge, you can eat, you can do whatever. That kind of feeling?
That would be my preference.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, great. To pull off a project like this, I need a stylist whose finger is on the pulse of casual dining.
Don't complain about the price, eh? 125. 125? I knew it.
I knew it too. Tommy's my man. As soon as he's done lunch, this project's gonna heat up.
I found this, which is sort of after a marble or a wood style of mantle, but it's actually cast iron.
The mantle's gonna be the focal point of the room, so this is our first big decision. I think the shape is terrific. Is this gonna end up looking short because of the height of the room? There's another one behind you here, limestone.
Stone one?
Does this appeal at all?
I think it's too deep. The more we come into the room, the less room you're going to have for furniture.
I wonder if there's a possibility where we might take this on approval to the house and just see how it looks scale-wise, maybe?
I'd do that. I'm not against it at all. I love the gunmetal finish. When you say I want something that is not traditional, not structured, I think you've got something that is unexpected, yet has a traditional shape. So it's an interesting interpretation. Well, we've got a fireplace mantle. Now we've just got to figure out the rest of the room. It's a really interesting room because I don't think it's the normal shape you would consider for a family room. And it has 5 sets of doors leading into it, which makes it really difficult to add furniture to it. The sofa will sit on this side. We've got room to do a nice big ottoman or coffee table or something in front of the sofa and in front of the fireplace. Our fireplace, we did decide on the gunmetal, very cool fireplace.
Yes.
Then we have room for some chairs. And to solve the seating issue without blocking doorways, we're going to introduce a huge banquette. Banquette comes across here, turns, comes all the way back to the back. Right. All the way here. Okay. And then table that's going to tuck in the corner. I'll be interested to see how how we all come together and make decisions. I think Maury probably likes it a bit more contemporary, and I think Paula is more inclined to the pretty, the romantic, the slightly more traditional. What we were looking for is a sofa frame.
I think maybe it's this. I love it. I think it's the one.
This has far less carving.
Well, I was all ramped up on the really carvy ornate one. This is kind of yawn boring to me.
If I like the more subdued, everybody else is gonna like the more.
Oh, I know that if they come in here and I point to this, Paula's gonna start clapping and jumping. If I point to this, they're gonna go, well, if Sarah really wants it, we'll do it.
Happily, it's a big warehouse, and I found a compromise. A carved frame that's not too ornate.
Yeah, there's some terrific stuff.
Well, that's why he's wanted to.
Tommy, did you hear what Maury said? I said, this is one option. He goes, the plain one?
I like that. Don't you? I like this one. I love it. Which do you like the best?
Actually, I like this one the best.
Me too. Done.
The compromise paid off. In fact, Paula likes the sofa so much she wants to get two, as if they have the room.
There's 4 people have a vote here. All those for one sofa? You're outnumbered.
I don't like this democracy stuff.
I basically do the conception and Paula does the vetoing. And we limit the number of vetoes she has.
He wants it to be beautiful. Sarah wants it to be beautiful. I'm sure nobody's going to do anything to intentionally upset me, right? So I just sit back and relax.
Be that as it may, design isn't always a cakewalk.
May I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I don't like that.
Maury and Paula's tastes are a little eclectic.
We're gonna do it all. We're gonna put it in the blender, and we're gonna hope it looks good.
This could be a challenge.
It'll be interesting to see where we end up.
First, we're gonna go see Eugene about a banquette.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
This is Tommy. First
Hi,
meet.
nice to meet you.
We want to do a banquette that runs all the way across this wall. So what I'd love it to have is a diamond tufted back like that. Sometimes I find that banquettes are too shallow. Like a restaurant banquette, you know, you've got like this much seat on it. So we want it to actually sit more like a dining chair would be. I thought no back leg. I thought front legs only, and we could wall mount it.
Are you gonna want to see the back legs so that it looks more like furniture?
When you enter the door, the end of the banquette here, it kind of look nice if you see a leg there.
Yeah.
Designing by committee, it's got a leg. I like this. Just straight on the back,
Straight.
right?
I think it's perfect. I like it too.
We have a plan for the banquette. Now we just need a table to go with it.
How would you feel about a lucite, glass, and white lacquer table?
There's some glass, there's some steel.
Maury and I are on the same page for the table, and now Tommy has to get started on the fabric story.
Sarah will kill me if I get that. $100 a yard. I love it. Actually, I'm getting it anyway.
$150
You're gonna throw that at me.
yard. You can try this with Paula. In my experience, Paula hates beige.
You know how attracted she is to shiny. She likes shiny. She does. Have you seen her jewelry?
I don't like it for that rim. I think it'll make it look murky. I'm a fan of the herringbone. It's fairly green in comparison to everything else we're working with.
Okay.
Did you look at the price point on this?
No.
Clearly not, because it's only $16.99 a yard.
Okay, good.
I'd like to go with a classic cream and light gray palette and throw in blue as an accent. But I think we need a couple more samples before we run it by Maury and Paula.
Do you think she'd like leaves?
Possibly.
Oh, Futurama.
That's an odd pattern.
Don't sound like you like it so much.
I don't think it's that I don't like it. It's that I'm a little confused.
It's
by it.
different.
I'm having trouble finding anything called gray. Apparently, it's now called platinum.
I'm not au courant enough. I'm looking for something that's been discontinued. Tommy Gray's been discontinued. Beige has no place in platinum. I don't think the jewelers of the world would be happy.
Maybe it's tarnished platinum that they're going for or something.
Platinum doesn't tarnish. That's why it costs so much.
That's why I like it. because it's expensive.
Well, let's see how Maury and Paula like our picks.
Oh, really? Gray is out now?
Well, I don't know, platinum. This is
It's
the color.
platinum.
I love platinum.
Oh, platinum isn't gray, right? Okay.
Platinum and diamonds.
Okay, now I understand why Tommy and Paula get along so well.
Really like this.
You really
thought
like
you would
that?
like this,
We thought
Paula.
you might really like that.
Yeah.
Do you also really like damask?
Yes.
I think the color got too much cream in it, no?
I thought it had a lot of gray.
I thought it has a lot of gray
That's
also.
what I said, not too much gray.
Mind you, Futurama, it has a good name.
I think it's great.
Being my age,
Yes.
I lived this the first time around. So I can live it again.
Cool.
I like that on the chairs.
Done.
Yeah.
Love it.
On to the banquette.
To please my wife, go with this, because this worries her. Anything that's velvety worries her.
Because I'm afraid we won't be able to slip into
I know
the bed that will be
she'd love
stuck.
this as the pillows.
The important thing about velvet is you have to look at it both ways.
Right.
And it has a dark side.
It has a
Don't
dark
we all?
side.
This could be really beautiful on the sofa.
I like that.
Indeed.
Why don't you do the front of the sofa and this and the back of the sofa and that?
Why?
Because I think it would be great together. Be really interesting.
May I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I don't like that.
Paula does the vetoing.
Well done.
Armed with Maury and Paula's feedback, we can order our fabrics and keep moving on our custom furniture. Both of them are back ordered. Okay. Or maybe not. Our dining chair fabric is fine. Our banquette fabric and our sofa fabric are back ordered for a month. Do you know how many times I personally have sourced for fabrics for this project?
How many times?
4. It's either too beige, or it's too blue, or it's too charcoal, or it's black.
Yeah.
And for a woman who wants platinum and diamonds, this isn't happening.
So what's available? The Shantae?
Yeah, this is available, but I don't like it.
Holy Shantae. What are we gonna do about this?
I just gotta think this through a bit. Why is it not working? Everything in Maury and Paula's family room is custom.
I like this one.
We're even silver leafing the sofa to give it some sparkle.
She likes shiny. She does. Have you seen her jewelry?
But when it comes to the fabrics, do you know how many times I personally have sourced for fabrics for this project?
How many times?
4. And this is 5, but I still can't find gray. Everybody's discontinued it everywhere I go. What do they know? They don't have their own show. I think we should just go back. You know, after all, I haven't really invested any time in it to get us to where we are now. Like, I've only looked for fabric 4 or 5 times, so why not just throw out the whole scheme and start again? Because clearly that gray is very last year. This whole gray problem is making me blue. I need to find a happy place that presses all the right buttons.
That one on the row that's on the top. 6 of those. There's so much to look at.
Paula is going to flip out over these.
Platinum and diamonds.
Ooh, look at that one.
That's
Hey.
fabulous. They're like vintage brooches.
So you can tell them I may not be able to find the fabric, but I can get her some pretty buttons.
But I do have a plan for the fabrics.
What I need you to do is get in touch with Maury and Paula. The problem we had was with our banquette fabric. So we've ended up selecting a banquette fabric that has a bit more of a greeny tinge to it. And I'm afraid that Maury and Paula are gonna feel that it makes the drapery fabric read as beige. And we know that Paula hates all things beige, hates beige. If they find we're getting too beige, then I think we're gonna have to remove the drapery fabric and replace it with a pale blue silk instead. But I need you to do that immediately because I think they're sewing these drapes as we speak. And if this has to be changed, I need to know now before I end up not only buying the fabric, but also the drapes.
Happily, Maury and Paula liked the fabrics. The banquette and the sofa just got the go-ahead. And after 2 years of construction, Maury and Paula are finally moving in. And I've sent over a little surprise.
Yeah.
I was told that I was not allowed to touch it.
Yes.
And when I looked at it, I said I wouldn't know what to do with it. With fantasy and patience. Eliminates me.
Here's a blank message.
A blank
I
message.
don't really want to know. Now I'm meeting.
And then I need a ladder.
Oh, okay, I'll get a ladder. I'll get that, I'll get.
I decided to get Maury a pair of the funkiest chandeliers I could find, although there is some assembly required.
Does every person treat this night?
Of course.
The ceiling in this room is very high, but these chandeliers have enough volume to fill the space and make the family room seem cozy.
All right, first things first, let's move these boxes. Paula and I are the pink and black moving team this morning.
And best of all, our banquette has finally been delivered.
Why aren't you holding the camera and let them move?
Yeah, exactly. Want to trade?
Get waiters. What are you doing?
Wait. Wait. You're upside. Get under. What was I thinking? Just watch the legs when you go in. I don't want to scratch the floors. There, done. It's not supposed to be this long. It's only supposed to come to here. You know what, let's flip it up where it stands and see if it slides in. It's on felt.
This isn't what I ordered.
And I'm gonna call the upholsterers right now, and they've got to cut it down.
It's not supposed to go to the end? Really, we were never going to use this as exit and entrance. We were going to use these two.
Paula saves the day.
Oh, that was a fun heart attack to start the morning off. I'm awake. No need for coffee.
Everything is in good hands, so I can go back to the office and get some paperwork done.
Hi, Tommy. No, I did not get a message from Paula about the drapery installer hitting a gas line.
My day was going great until...
No, I did not get a message from Paula about the drapery installer hitting a gas line. So now there's a gaping hole. Was anybody hurt?
I stopped smoking in October.
Did you start
Last
again?
cigar I had was in October. Don't let him at you, dude.
And we figure he must have thought that he'd hit some concrete or something, so he must have just been like,
Really drilling
leaning
into
on the
it.
drill, and he went literally right into the pipe. And a hissing noise started. Apparently, he leapt off his ladder, leapt off the ladder and went running from the room for fear that it was going to explode.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, except for a few scuffs on our carpet.
You're like Tommy. Give that to me. I know. I don't have a doctor. You and Tommy should be here. I'm going to give you guys a workshop, a lesson.
But everything's okay now, so we can concentrate on finishing this room.
It doesn't do anything with the colors in here.
No purple. Careful.
Who's the person with the really bright idea to put the banquette in before taking the plastic off the legs? Hi, Sarah. That'd be me. Ow. It is a smaller space than I would have hoped for, and there was so many different things that we were supposed to fit into the room. There was no way I could make it work unless I got really creative about how to use the space. So that's where the banquette came in. Did you bring me a toaster?
It's not a toaster, it's a sculpture. It's a nice book.
You don't know where to look. You don't know what is the most unusual piece. Is it the paper light fixtures? Is it the steel fireplace, which is a really traditional style? And it's all of those things. There's no one singular thing that makes this room. It's the layering of all of them together.
It's really, really breathtaking. It's exciting, and I'm really pleased with everything.
1 cube delivery. You okay?
Yeah, I kind of. Sorry. I didn't realize. It kind of got me in the stomach. Does he really put this in here?
Yeah, I would agree that it's probably that between the chairs as a place to put a drink down.
The great thing about working with Sarah is what you visualize is never, ever, ever as good as you get.
No, it's better than
No.
what you visualize. That's right. It's never as good as you get. You're right. Convoluted. Whoa.
Oh, I love it. This room is not designed for teenagers to slouch on the sofa, order pizza, and hang out. This is a special room designed for two people and their friends.
And this banquette is just wonderful. I just imagine myself lounging on it.
Table. That's nice.
Why don't they wrap stuff with Velcro wrapping?
What do you think?
It's great, but does it look too much like a coffee table, like an order table rather than one you should sit at? This one's lower, Sarah.
The nice thing is you can pull it in as close as you want it.
Yeah.
I love the top one. It goes beautifully with the cabinet. Each piece had to have sparkle or personality in order to be allowed to come in this room.
Yes, I have the best pillows with pretty sparkle buttons, and they're the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Would you like to ask me what sparkles the most?
Sure, what sparkle?
This is going to give me a lot of points, my wife.
Aw.